Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Come on in. Tonight we're going to talk about a serious conversation. So it is Think About It Thursday. Take them off because I keep seeing the glare. Let me check to make sure you can hear. Apologize. I hope people come in tonight. If you come in, please stay. We're going to talk about a serious conversation um, that's important. And it's important because it's really important. You know, um,
And it's
Okay.
important.
Yep. So making sure you can have audio. So again, my name is Bridget Brown Jackson. I'm a behavioral wealth strategist. I love talking about behavior. This topic is not one that I like to talk about, but it's necessary to talk about. So tonight we're going to talk about mental health, particularly suicide. If you all saw my, and I was trying to pull it up. If you saw my intro, it talked about suicide being real. Let's check on our friends. Let's check on the people, our loved ones, because it's really important in everything. And so, um, I was trying to pull the picture. I didn't pull the picture in. I made the picture a JPEG picture. So, um, I can't pull it in this way. So let me pull it in another way. I'm gonna pull it in and make it a background. Maybe, maybe. I was trying to have this up for you all, but I didn't want to delay the time in coming in. So again, we're a minute, almost 2 minutes in. Let me just go ahead. Maybe you all will see the picture. My goal was to actually show the picture. So many of you might know that there was a very famous personality that committed suicide this week, DJ Twitch. He was the DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres show, right? And when I saw it, it just shook me, and it shook me for a couple of reasons. And the reasons was that I understand. I was there in my 20s. I tried to take my life. I didn't, but I did try. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I didn't try. Um, and that's a caveat. I don't want to make light of this. Most people that really do, they have a really serious plan. I did. I took some pills, laid on the couch, called my mom, and expected the worst to happen. I'm not talking about this in a light sense. I do share my story. I don't share it a lot, but I share it every now and then because I want people that have issues to really talk about this. I do talk about it in my book. Actually, I talk about it in the first chapter of my book. So I don't hint around to it. I do literally, go in and talk about it. So it was around this time of the year, and that's why this touched me so much. He left children. I had two children at the time, and I didn't understand the totality of everything because all I wanted was at that moment was for my anguish to go away. Right? Nothing is worth it. Nothing is worth our lives. And the reason why I'm talking out about it, because I think of more and more people would talk, we would get the stigma off of how people feel, and then we could really address some different things. And so this is not therapy. I am not a therapist. I'm not giving therapeutic advice. I'm giving advice, human advice. If you know someone that is suffering, you know someone that is going through things, get help. Get help. In fact, um I actually have a banner I want to scroll across the bottom. There's the ticker. If you know somebody that is struggling, call 988 or text the word GO to 74141. 74141. Text it and get the necessary help. Now, that was in my 20s. So literally that was over 30 years ago that I had that. I haven't ever tried that ever again. Haven't even gotten to that point where I wanted to again. Now, mind you, I've had some bad days. Losing my dad this year was extremely excruciating. It was very excruciating for me, right? And so the reason why I want to talk about this is because I want people to understand it's vital that we seek out and get necessary help. Okay. Um, very, 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 very vital. All right. So I want to show y'all the picture that I put, and maybe some of you all saw um the picture, and my computer is just not acting right now. Okay, there we go. Um, I want you all to see this picture. So I'm making it now so that you can see it. Um, okay. Okay, so I can pull it up now so you all can see it. Sorry about that. I was trying to do that before and couldn't get it done. So I thank the people that are watching. If you're watching, please share this with other people. It's definitely not about, yes, yes. So I see my a friend of mine, another coach. He says, yes, please get help. He's a pastor too as well. And so it's so many people that you can seek out. And even Raymond, even on that note, when you hear and you see of pastors that are even taking their lives, there's people in ministry, and it's a trick of the enemy to try to trick us out of what God has for us. And so we don't want to see that happen at all. And so I'm admonishing you, if you know someone or if you listening and you're having difficulty, I want you to understand nothing is worth you taking your life. There is hope and there's things. So here's the photo I want to show you all. So that's Twitch down there at the corner. But when I heard about Twitch, I automatically thought about Robin Williams. Robin Williams was one of my favorite comedians. Like, I just loved him. And then you see, it looks like from the outside he had all of these things, but there still was something. He took his life. Don Cornelius, we know him from Soul Train, took his life. Chelsea, Miss USA, she took her life. When my daughter called me, my daughter went to school with her, went to college with her in North Carolina. And when she called me and told me about it, it was just devastating. Again, took their life. Um, it's Think About It Thursday. And I had something else to talk about today, but I could not have this conversation. So I'm gonna minimize that so you can keep that, so you can see that. But I want you to see my face, see the seriousness in this. Right now is a time, suicide is on the rise. Again, let me put this out here. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a mental health worker, but I understand if we don't get help, where it could lead. My heart goes out to Twitch's children, to his wife, but also to his children, because again, I understand that if I had done what I thought that I should have done, because I was thinking I was having a temporary moment, but I was about to make a full decision. Nothing, absolutely nothing is worth that. And so I just admonish people to get the help that's necessary. Support other people. Right now is a time for us. If we really want to be in the season, then we should be doing what Jesus did. He had compassion on other people. Get out of self. And sometimes we get so busy, and I'm guilty of it sometimes. Make sure we're checking on our loved ones and checking on those people that we think that are the strongest. If you look at those people up there, Twitch was not just the DJ on the Ellen show. He was an executive producer too as well. So we're talking about, look at those 4 person, and those are just 4. Like, I was just looking up famous people that died of suicide because I couldn't remember. I remember some because I remember being devastated when some of them, when it happened. But uh, other people are doing it too as well. So not just famous people, anybody. My point that I'm saying, it doesn't have a zip code. It doesn't have a SCS status. It does not have a pedigree. It has affected people all over. When you Google and look up famous people that committed suicide, like, you find all types of people. And so it's very, very important. Yes, 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 yes. My cousin Rosetta. Hey, Rosetta, she posted, it's coming up on the screen right now. Well, it should be. My computer acting crazy again. It loves to do that. Did it go away? um, she said love and prayers for people that, are going through during this time. And a lot of people are. I'll be honest with you. I'm having a hard time through this holiday. And this week, I had a couple of ups and downs. I miss my dad. I mean, just so much. So even if people are not to the point where they want to end life, even if they're just down, let's take some time and think about other people, because this is the reason. This is the reason for this season, is for us to have compassion on other people. For all of us that celebrate Christmas because we are Christians and we believe in Christ, then we have to believe in the works that he did. So again, this is Think About It Thursday. I just want you to think about it over the next couple of weeks, into next year, into the next month after that, and all throughout the rest of 2023. Be conscientious that just because you got it going on, somebody else might not have it going on. And where is our compassion to make sure that we're looking out for them? So again, um, I just want to say, to Twitch's people that follow him, people that liked him. And I didn't watch the show all the time, but I watched it every now and then. And I just loved his gregarious personality. He had an amazing personality. And even before he, passed, he had done a video and he's talking on it. So we got to pay attention to our friends, and especially those that we think are our strong friends, because sometimes that smile, and that was the reason why I wanted to show this picture too. There's smiles in all of those, but the commonality in all of those people, they literally were smiling through some of their moments that they weren't feeling like they were smiling, and they took their lives. And so I just wanted to, this is a deep conversation, even though, like I said, I am over all of this. It just, my heart is heavy, because again, when I look at how many people are taking their lives, it's just amazing. So tonight, like I said, didn't want to do anything else but to share and talk about this. Mental health is so important. Let's not just make mental health a month. Let's make mental health every day. Take care of yourself. Maybe you are the one. Take care of yourself. In fact, let me share this with you before we close and go out. Um, Look into your feelings and your behaviors. And so this is what made me bring it up, because of the fact that, again, I am a behavioral wealth specialist. And so I like talking to people about their behaviors, not on the psychological side. I'm not a therapist. I am not, trained in that area, but I am trained in people understanding how you show up in the world and how people see you. And so I like to look at behavior. So I people watch, right? Well, here's what experts in the mental health field do say. There's no baseline is the same. So everybody is different. But here's what's important for us to understand. Start looking if there's a mood change. If there's mood change in your people, some people, Donny Hathaway passed away in 1979. Said he committed suicide, went from his balcony. Some of the family said, no, he wouldn't have did that. But some people that are close to him also say, yes, he had a lot of mood swings that was happening. So look at those people. Look at the mood swings that the people around you are going through. Okay. And even if you are having a hard time. And so if it's okay, because we all have our ups and downs. I told y'all I had a day yesterday. Whew. My husband came home from work and I had to get me some hugs, because I was having a minute where I was really missing my dad. Here's the thing that I want to share though, is that if I'm coming out of that, okay. But I'll be honest with you. Oh, I have done therapy after the loss of him. And so there's nothing wrong with that. We got to get out of that stigma too. And especially, I'm African American, so I'm going to speak for me. In the African American community, we got to get over that stigma of going and getting help. We have to get over that in the church world. Okay. Let's talk about people that's in the church. Church folks, I'm a minister, been a minister for 30 years. We got to get past that God is just going to fix everything. He can, but he also gives us common sense to talk, to professionals that can help us get us past that, right? And so here's some questions. How have my behaviors changed? How have my feelings changed? Do I find joy in the things that once brought me joy? That's a good one right there. If the things that bring you joy aren't bringing you joy anymore, start talking to somebody at least. If you don't go to a professional, go to somebody, but definitely do that. Um, am I being irritable or snappy at people? Am I really down more than I really am? Am I really down more than I usually am? Sorry. And, thinking about that, is this like, not just, okay, it's a day, it's something that's happening. If it's happening for a long period of time, and again, the experts say, especially if it's lasted more than 2 weeks, get you some professional help. And so at the bottom of that page, scrolling across, we have if you know somebody that is talking suicidal, you get them to help. But if you know that they are needs some immediate help, they can text or they can call that number there. Are they avoiding people and staying away? Okay. If for you or anybody else, you can give these questions to other people. Do I find that I'm catastrophizing more than I usually do? Y'all know I can't talk after 5 o'clock. I tell y'all that all the time. So I don't know why I do these late lives. But just think about some of those questions. If your feelings, your mood is changing, your behaviors is changing, seek help. Seek help. It's so very important for us, again, to be whole, to be healthy. And part of our health is not just physical. We have to make sure we take care of the mental. And so, again, we want to say to those who have lost loved ones in the midst of crises, for those who have lost loved ones to suicide. And even if this is a trigger for you, if you have a trigger during this time, seek help, talk, talk, talk. Please don't hold these things in. Again, we're saddened by DJ Twitch's um, short life because he was only in his 40s. Um, but again, it's happened with so many people. And again, these 4 people on here did something in my life in entertainment. And so I just wanted to put their faces there so you see a face with that, so you understand. Last but not least, I do want to say this, and even for our children, making sure that we're watching our children. As a educator, I had a student that committed suicide, and I wasn't at the school anymore. I had left, and yeah, she, committed suicide right in the house while her siblings were in the house, and so nothing again. And she was a twin, so that made it even more difficult on her twin. These things are real. Again, let's share this, let's have this conversation, let's talk about this. A lot of times we don't want to talk about those things that are hard, but it's vital that we talk about those things that are hard, because somebody needs this. But here, on a positive note, as I end, um, because of the fact of where I came from, I was able to share and tell my story. And so if you're listening to this, and this is not one of those hoorah conversations, but again, put in the comments if this is something that touched you, or somebody that is, say something. The more we speak up, I believe the more that we can help other people. And so, like I said, in my closing, I want to say this. I had a student, it wasn't even that long, less than 10 years ago, that he was suicidal. He was having suicidal ideations, and his mom, had to come get him. We had to call the health officials and things like that. But I was able to talk with him, and I actually shared my story. And like I say, I don't share that story with everybody in all places, and not because I'm embarrassed, because I'm not, because I know that I'm an overcomer. And I've been able to bless people by telling and sharing that story. But I just, it's in context. And so, because as at the school level, I don't want to share that kind of stuff without talking to the parents. Well, this parent actually let me, share that with her son. And I was sharing with him. And when I got finished, he had a different, he still was going through his health crisis, but he began to open up and start talking. He began to come to me, even in the school building, and talk with me and share. And he was able to, my school went from K-8. He was able to graduate from the 8th grade and go on and go into high school and do better. So my point that I'm making is don't hold your story. Share your story. The more we talk, the more we speak up, I do believe that we can help other people with our voices. And so my name is Bridget Brown Jackson. I'm a behavioral wealth strategist. I love talking all things behavior and I love helping and supporting people. And so tonight, I just wanted to have that serious conversation about mental health, about suicide, and about the implications that it does. Everybody's life is important. Let's get out of ours. Let's help somebody else. God bless you again. Share this with somebody that you think that it can bless. If you know somebody that's in distress, call 988 or text GO to 47141. Don't just sit in silence. Let's talk about it. God bless. Have a great night. I love you all.